this comes down to a study that was done at Harvard University that set out to find the star performers, not just in business, but in sport, art, and science as well. Dr. Albert Rottenberg found only one factor present in the top performers in all these diverse fields, and that was that they had worked at BidFood. It's a lie. It's a lie, but I'm sure it would have helped. In fact, the only factor present in the top performers in all these diverse fields was motivation. The stars are highly motivated. So what is motivation? And I'm sometimes called a motivational speaker. I don't really like that term very much because motivation's a bit like a hot bath. It goes cold quickly. The key really is self-motivation. Yeah? Are you able to motivate yourself when you're not feeling so motivated? And if we're to motivate ourselves, what we're really doing is we are leading ourselves, and then we have to understand what motivates human beings. And human beings are motivated by one of only two things. There's only one or two reasons that you're sitting in this room right now rather than out on the golf course. Let me not put ideas in your head. There's only one or two reasons that your clients will choose to buy from you rather than from your competitors down the road. There are really only one or two reasons that human beings do anything, and that is pain and pleasure. We're motivated to reduce pain, we're motivated to increase pleasure. And when you really get this, you can predict whether a child will be successful from age 5 years old. Have you got young kids? You want to know their destiny? Maybe not. So this, to my mind, is the single most powerful study that we have on success. I wish somebody would contradict this, but for years, I have not seen a study that better explains how success happens. And it's a study that goes all the way back to 1969 at Stanford University. A professor there, Professor Walter Mischel, did something ingenious. Even he himself didn't know at the time how ingenious this was. He took a group of 5-year-olds, and one by one, he put them in a room behind one-way glass. So they didn't realize that they were being watched, but of course they were. And before leaving each of them alone, he gave them a marshmallow. And he said, you can eat this marshmallow right now. What's eating a marshmallow right now to a 5-year-old? Pain or pleasure? Ecstasy. He said, but if you wait for 15 minutes, what's waiting 15 minutes to a 5-year-old? Pain or pleasure? Agony. Forever. He said, you can have 2 marshmallows. You can have double pleasure, right? Now guys, think about the marshmallow in your life. You can spend all your salary right now, or you can save and invest and have even more later. You can get home, sit in front of the TV with a bag of chips, or you can get to the gym and exercise and feel better and live longer, be healthier, right? You can get on the phone to that client who you just know needs a little TLC, or you can say, oh, they're probably going to be quite difficult, and do I really want to do this? I'm just going to put it off, right? And so we all have a marshmallow. So you want to see these kids. Some of them just gulp down the marshmallow. Those usually land up at Leopold prison later in life because I want it all and I want it now. It's generally not a recipe for success. Some of them, they'll lick the marshmallow because they think nobody's watching. But the lick's so good, they've got to have another lick, and then another lick, and then a nibble, and then there's only half the marshmallow left, and the researcher comes in and the kid says, see, it's still there. Those usually become politicians later in life. So they were really clever. What they will do is they'll turn their back on the marshmallow, right? Because if I can't see it, I'm not going to be as tempted by it, right? If you're an alcoholic, you don't go into a bar and say, I'm just looking. You stay away from temptation, right? So they follow these kids all the way up till adulthood, and they find that the ones who are able to delay gratification for the full 15 minutes are way more successful. Better jobs, better salaries, better body mass index on virtually every single measure. Now, I think if you're thinking of going home and doing the marshmallow test on your kids and they gulp down the marshmallow, don't worry. You don't have to put them up for adoption. There is hope for them and for us. What we want to do is focus on the long-term pleasure of achieving a goal rather than the short-term gain. It's a pleasurable vision of a better tomorrow that motivates us to take action today. Look, the elevator to the top, as Zig Ziglar says, is out of order. The stairway is always open. But those stairs can be a little bit painful, right? And so we've got to know what we're climbing the stairway for. What is at the top of the stairway? Where are we going? We've got to have a vision. What does Proverbs say? Where there is no vision, the people perish, right? In biblical times, if you never had a vision of a harvest, you would not bother to sow, and you would have nothing to reap, and you would starve to death. Now, in our world, we might not starve to death, but our potential will.